CrossRoads for a little over 10 years now. A few years ago, I started really looking for a different place to be involved in ministry. The more he talked about it, the more I started thinking, well, it's going to be great when I plan a local mission trip and when I start planning things for missions for our church. Ephesians 2:10. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which He has prepared in advance for us to do. World Relief is an organization that serves here in Fort Worth, and they help to settle refugees to the Fort Worth area. A refugee is anyone who has had to flee their home country due to persecution or fear of persecution. Oftentimes a refugee will flee their country with nothing or next to nothing and spend time in a different country, either in a refugee camp or just in temporary housing. When they get their approval to immigrate to a permanent home in the U.S., that's when World Relief will step in and they provide support, counseling, job training, anything that a new refugee would need coming to a completely different environment and a completely different country to learn to settle and learn to be a part of life here. The Family Friend Program is the program that we're most involved with World Relief at the moment. World Relief actually will match your family or a group of families with a refugee family that's immigrated to the United States. And you get the opportunity to teach them about life in America, how to grocery shop, how to use electricity. Just imagine someone who grew up in a small village where they have no experience with modern amenities and being dumped in the middle of the United States. A group of us actually were partnered with a family that's from Pakistan who had to flee due to persecution because of their particular faith. We were able to meet them at the airport and welcome them to our country, and we've been developing a relationship with them and teaching them about life in America and how to learn English, and it's just been a really positive experience to get to befriend this family, and my ultimate hope is that we can be able to share the love and grace of Christ. My hope is that God has not brought this family just to America and just to us for freedom from persecution, but that we can teach them what real freedom is. So it's just a really exciting opportunity. One of the great things of working with a family with World Relief is from the moment they get off the plane, from the caseworkers at World Relief to the family friends that befriend them, they have the opportunity to be surrounded by Christians. And I think the thing that's great to highlight is a lot of these people come from countries where they're persecuted for their faith. To have the opportunity to show them that we serve a God who loves them deeply and desperately. Many of the families that come through World Relief are from countries where they've never heard the gospel and they've never had the chance to hear about the grace of God. Another opportunity we have to work with unreached people groups is through an organization called Global Gates. Global Gates California is founded by a man named Tim, which several of you have had the opportunity to meet. He is working with refugees from unreached people groups that live in the Bay Area. His ultimate goal is to plant churches in those communities and to reach those refugees with the gospel and ultimately transform their lives, but also the lives of their families that are still living in those countries that haven't heard the gospel. How can you be involved in the work that we're doing here at CrossRoads? The first thing you can do is follow the blog, Prepared in Advance, and there you can find stories about ministries that we are involved in and what they're doing. You can find ways to pray for the people in Brazil, the people in San Francisco, the work we're doing with World Relief, and every part of the ministry we're involved here. You can also find opportunities to give financially if that is something you feel burdened towards. You can sign up to be a family friend with World Relief. You can join us with our family that we're ministering to, or we can give you your own family that you can make a difference in their lives. And lastly, you can go. we would love to have you join us on a future mission trip to actually travel to another part of this country or another country and be a part of the work that God is doing around